everybody. David Clary, James Branson here at Stewart's Creek High School, getting set for state championship basketball. The Lady Rams in action here. James Branson against West out of Oakland, Tennessee, I believe you said. It should be an interesting ball game as we look at the Lady Rams. We saw them put up 50 points last night. Their style, run and gun, play some very aggressive pressing, trapping defense, going against a team from Oakland that only has 6 players. I think the strategy, and I'm sure it's Coach Scott's and Coach Davidson's strategy, run these girls to death and hopefully in the fourth quarter win the ball game.
Yeah, David, I would agree with you. You know, having only 6 players could be an advantage to the Robertsville Lady Rams, as if they're able to get some of the Lions in foul trouble, the Lady Lions in foul trouble, could be an issue, as we've seen several of the Lady Rams rotate in. They'll probably play about 6 or 7, maybe 8 players total, because you have to play this style of basketball that Coach Scott wants to play. You have to be able to rotate people in and get them breaks.
We're about 4 minutes away. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast. We have an interesting schedule here today. And as we broadcast here from the state tournament, the state championship ball game, the Oak Ridge Wildcats and Lady Wildcats are getting ready to tip off at the Wildcat Arena against Fulton. We will be broadcasting the Oak Ridge Fulton ball games on FM 92.7, and also we'll be also on prepradio.com when this game comes to its conclusion, and we'll also switch over to channel 15. As I see it, the two teams are warming up about 3 minutes away. Our viewership is beginning to increase there, James Branson, as we're up to 4 viewers. Hopefully we'll have a great stream of this ball game here tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to this ball game here tonight. Really cool that Robertsville was able to be here. The second one, hopefully they'll state championship. Hopefully this will continue to grow. I think one of the cool things that we talked about is it would be nice to see this grow possibly to a very small college level, or maybe a middle-sized college level, to where it can maybe be a little bit more efficient, you know, not going to this middle school, that middle school, this high school. But, you know, this is the very beginning stages of that, and you got to congratulate TMSAA because they've done a very efficient job here this weekend.
We're going to take our break here. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups of this ball game. It is Robertsville versus West for the state championship of AA middle school women's basketball, live from Stewart's Creek here on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and we're also streaming live right now on YouTube at Prep Radio. We're going to send it back once again. Robertsville and West coming up in about 2 minutes. Welcome back once again to Stewart's Creek High School here on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming on YouTube right now the broadcast of the state championship ball game between Robertsville and West. And I believe we looked it up. They're out of Oakland, Tennessee, which is, I think you said, closer to Bartlett, I believe?
Yeah, it's just outside of Bartlett. Probably what it looked on the map, probably about 30 minutes or so outside of Bartlett. So getting a little bit closer to the Memphis area is where this team's coming out of.
One unfortunate aspect of this state championship ball game, fact that the Robertsville guys are going to be playing, honestly, really across the street, but a little bit down the road here in about an hour or so in what is going to be a consolation game in the state tournament. And unfortunately, it's going to split the fan base.
Yeah, David, as even the guys, what's really cool is the Robertsville Rams basketball team has come and supported the Lady Rams here right now as much as they can for as long as they can. Then obviously they got to get ready to go play Bolivar Middle School, who they will be playing in the consolation game.
James, why don't you run down the starting lineups of this ball game?
For the Lady Rams for the starting Lions of West Junior High School, we have Zuri Gates. She is number 2. Number 5, Rachel Griffin. Number 14, Mariah Jones. Number 15, Raven Foster. And number 23, Chrissy Walker. 21. She was 23, Chrissy Walker. And the Lady Rams will start. Number 1, Ayana Porter, 7th grader from Robertsville. Number 3, Demetrius Strickland, the only 8th grader to start. Number 10, Jenna Johnson, another 7th grader for the Lady Rams. Number 15, another 7th grader for the Lady Rams, is Zayana Stewart. And Lindsay Cleveland, number 30, and also a 7th grader for the Lady Rams. David?
James, we're streaming live on Channel 15 right now. We're streaming on YouTube as well at Prep Radio. We're about to get underway here from Stewart's Creek High School. The two teams are getting ready to play here. The team from West
Oakland,
wearing all purple jerseys, and they're going to be wearing white. The Lions against the Rams here at Stewart's Creek High School. It'll be Jenna Johnson to jump for the Lady Rams. She is a 7th grader. This is the state championship ball game, and we're about to find out who is the best team in AA basketball in the state of Tennessee. As Johnson's ready, the ball is up, controlled by the Lions, and we are underway. With the basketball, they'll work the ball across the time stripe. Driving with it will come Jones. Jones drives in for a shot. Good. Off the glass. And the Lions lead Robertsville 2-0. Here comes Robertsville down the floor. Racing across the time stripe with the basketball comes Demetria Strickland. She swings the ball to Porter. Porter drives in. Left extension to the free throw line. Backs it up to Strickland. Strickland drives the paint. Goes in for the shot. It's blocked. Blocked on the floor by Walker. Down the floor will come the Lions. And then here's a steal for a moment by the Lady Rams. And they'll bring it back across the line. And now they go back across the line. Nearly a double dribble. Nearly an over and back. They will lob the ball down low. They kick it out for a 3. It's on his. Nope. They're not going to take the shot. They kick it out to the top of the circle. 5:18 to play. Robertsville trailing 2-0. It's a really good team as they work the ball inside for a shot. Good ball movement that time. And here comes Robertsville down 4-0.
Yeah, David, a nice job there by the Lions settling it down, able to get into their offense once they got it across. But Demetrius Strickland did a really good job of hassling them the whole time.
3-point shot by Johnson is up, no good. Rebound to the Lady Lions. Down the floor of the basketball, they'll come with Walker. Brings the ball across the time stripe. Here goes Jones at the point. Drives in, throws up a shot off the rim, no good. Got to get some rebounds. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Robertsville. And then there's a travel as she was knocked down. It'll be Lindsay Cleveland. Knocked down there. It'll be the Lady Lions with the basketball. 4-0 our score. 4 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the first period. Lion basketball, state championship ball game here from Stewart's Creek High School. Murfreesboro, they work it in for a shot. Good, 6-0. It's kind of similar to what we saw the other day, yesterday's ball game, but it was just on the opposite side.
Yeah, David, I think one of the things that got Kaufman, the team that the Lions played yesterday, going was the outside shot. So it should be interesting if the Robertsville is able to get their outside shots going tonight.
One thing that could be a factor, since they only have 6 players, is you would love to get these girls in foul trouble right now.
Especially number 5 and number 23. They are their big imposing players down the middle. So if we can get them in trouble, it could be a little bit of an advantage for the Rams.
To the free throw line we go Robertsville after the personal foul was called. Here's the first of 2 shots. A little bit too strong. 6-0 our score. Foul was called against Walker. Back to the free throw line. Once again, we'll go Robertsville. 6-0 the score. They trail with 4:26 to play first quarter. Second toss also missed. Rebounded by Griffin. Down the floor will come the Lions. Moving left to right, wearing their all purple jerseys with gold trim. They hold the ball. They work the ball inside. They drive the paint. Free throw line jumper is up off the rim. No good. Should have been over the back right there. Not called. They have the basketball. With the basketball, number 14, that'll be Jones. Jones drives in for a shot. She's fouled. Blocking foul was called against Robertsville, and that is going to send the Lions to the line with 2 shots.
Yeah, David, one of the things that just allowed the Lions to maintain possession there is they got it into their big person inside, which is Rachel Griffin. She was just able to kick it out, and they were able to maintain control and able to drive in and get a attempt at some free throws here.
First shot is no good. 6-0. The Lions on top of Robertsville. State championship ball game here on PrepRadio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Second toss missed. Rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland has the basketball. Going to bring the ball quickly across the line. Here it goes out to Demetria Strickland. A long three. Too long of a three. She missed it. Rebounded by the Lady Rams. Porter with the basketball. Drives along the baseline. They're a little bit intimidated, I think, by the size, throwing up some shots when they really shouldn't have as they work the ball down the floor, and then a reach-in foul is going to be called against Demetria Strickland. I believe right there at that little baseline, instead of really taking the fight right to her, she just kind of lobbed it up there and missed it.
Yeah, David, it seems like the Lady Rams right now are a little bit out of sorts on what they would like to do as we have a timeout called here. But they seem a little bit out of sorts, and just I'm sure Coach Scott called that timeout to just make sure that they can get reset and kind of collect themselves and ready to go in the first quarter here.
And the timeout was indeed asked for. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast wherever you might be on PrepRadio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. I think we're streaming the live video on Channel 15 of this one. You can go to YouTube and watch it. It's at Prep Radio, PREPRADIO. If you're not familiar with our site, we also do some of the Oak Ridge ball games, the away games anyway, live. Speaking of Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats and guys will be tipping off at the Wildcat Arena. The girls game will begin here in less than an hour. 6-0 our score, Lions with the basketball. Working outside the three-point line, they lob it down low to their big girl. She lost it, taken away by Robertsville. Here comes the track meet starting. Down the floor will come Demetria Strickland, layup good. Lady Rams have to get a lot of transition buckets and try to run these girls to death.
Yeah, and that's one thing you're going to see a lot out of the Lady Rams is just the ability to get up and down the court very quickly.
But they got to do a better job rebounding. The size advantage for the Lions is huge. It's 8-2. Down the floor will come Strickland once again. She works the ball left side. Cleveland wide open three. It's too strong. Oh, it's good. Banked in off the glass, and it's 8-5. 3:08 to play. Lindsay Cleveland with the three-point shot.
Yeah, David, we didn't see this much yesterday because Robertsville didn't have to, but she's able to knock those shots down easily as we got a full court press going on.
They work the ball across the way. They'll drive down low. Lost the ball. Taken away by Robertsville. Here they come. Coast to coast with it once again. All the way in. We'll go for the shot. No good. Johnson back up with it. No good. Tipped again. No good. Saved once again by Stewart. She goes in for the shot. No good. And then a backboard violation off the side of the backboard. It will be, I believe, the Lady Lions basketball. 8-5 our score. 2:45 to play first quarter. Lions on top of the Rams. Bounce pass comes in, and here they come down the floor with the basketball. Number 15, that'll be Kanisha Brown. She lobs the ball down the floor, lobs it, goes inside right block. They throw the ball away. Cleveland picks it off, and there's a reach-in foul. Foul called against the Lady Lions, and that'll be the third team foul. It's going to go Xuri Gates. That'll be her first foul. 2:33 to play in a three-point game. 8-5 our score. Robertsville basketball.
Yeah, David, this is the pace that the Lady Rams want to play at. You've seen them get some turnovers, be very active, and so that timeout very well used by Coach Scott to calm his players down, and obviously they've responded very well.
Down the floor with the basketball will come Robertsville. Three-point game, 8-5 the score. The basketball once again. Here's a three-pointer in a tie game. No good. Rebounded by Porter. Porter drives the paint, goes in for the shot, and she's fouled. Another foul called against the Lady Lions. Second foul called on that young lady,
Walker. Chrissy Walker.
And that's her second foul. That's big. She's one of their big girls inside. They only have one reserve player as Robertsville works the ball in. And it comes once again to Strickland. Strickland swings the ball left side. Jenna Johnson for three. No good. Rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland, one of the smaller players on the floor, was able to get against the trees and pull down the rebound. Johnson once again. Johnson throws the ball, intending it for Stewart. Picked off by the Lady Lions. They're going to come down the floor. Here comes the shot. It's up. No good. Rebound. Fighting for it. Ripping it away. Here come the Lady Rams. They want to run. They push it up to Cleveland. She drives the court. Has her shot blocked. It'll be Robertsville basketball along the baseline. A minute 47 to play. First quarter, 8-5. Lady Rams trail here in the state championship ball game. Robertsville wearing their all-white jerseys, facing west, wearing their all purple and gold. Cleveland to work the ball in for the Rams. Got to do it soon. Fires it up. Here it comes to Jenna Johnson. Johnson backs it over to Strickland. Strickland left side. There comes Stewart for three. On its way. It's tied. High ball game here at Stewart's Creek. She knocks down the three, and it's 8-8.
Great job there by just getting open and nailing that shot there. I'm sure she learned that from her mother.
Then the ball is knocked out of bounds on the inbounds. The Lady Rams, after the made shot, able to get into their press here as Robertsville will substitute into the ball game. And Aya Porter checking out of the game will come Lindsay Cleveland. Down the floor with the basketball here in a moment will come the Lady Lions. Trying to get the ball in, yet to do it. Now they fire it in. It's going to be across the line. They're going to dribble coast to coast with it to Griffin. Griffin off the right block. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Robertsville. Coming out of there with the basketball will come Porter. She drives to the free throw line. Goes off the glass. Shot no good. They call it travel. Travel called against Aya Porter. Seventh grader turns the ball over. We are tied. 8-8 our score. A minute 16 to play in the first period.
Great response here, David, from the Lady Rams so far. Gets to score basically 8 unanswered points and to get back into this ball game.
Here come the Lady Rams down the floor against the trap. They yet to get the ball across the line. Now they're going to scoot it across, set it out to the baseline. Will not take the three. They back it over to Griffin. Griffin lost the ball, taken away by Robertsville. Here they come coast to coast, all the way down the floor, and then they turn the ball off the Lions' body out of bounds. It'll be Robertsville ball once again. So Lady Wildcat strategy, the defense, the pressing, the trapping, getting some turnovers, and the Lions are going to change up their strategy here. They're going to call a timeout. 58 seconds to play, first quarter. 8-8 is our score.
Yeah, David, it's one thing really interesting. Watching number 5 for the Lady Lions, she is very tall, very athletic, not only down low, but she can also run down the court and get back on defense. It's very impressive for somebody like her.
8-8 our score, 58.7 seconds to play here. The Lady Rams and the Lady Lions are tied at 8. We haven't really had a chance to talk about this. What a beautiful and enormous facility here at Stewart's Creek High School.
Yeah, David, you and I had a conversation. I know you've done a lot of tournaments here in Nashville at CPA previously and at Blackman High School. So we had a conversation about this school, and if you'd ever done anything, you said you hadn't, but it's a great atmosphere. I mean, the school is only 4 or 5 years old.
Right, it's huge. I mean, it's got a lower section, which is as big as the Wildcat Arena for sure, and then they have an upper section, which might make it as big as the Wildcat Arena.
And one thing that's kind of similar for our fans listening, maybe they've been to Halls High School. One side is a little bit elevated with bleachers in the back, and then the other side is just one level.
Except there's more bleachers than at Halls. I mean, that's the one thing. Robertsville basketball underneath the goal. 58.7 seconds to play first quarter. It'll be Ayana Porter to work the ball in. And it comes to Aya Porter, who backs it up to the top to Demetria Strickland for three. No good. Rebound Johnson for a moment. Saved away by the Lady Lions. Then kicked away. Saved away by the Lions. They have a snowbird up the floor. They should have a layup unless Johnson can block it. She cannot. They scored. They had snuck 2 people up the floor there. And once again, West leads Robertsville by 2. Oh, wow. Three-pointer. No good. Johnson can't get up to it. Little quick on the trigger right there with 30 seconds to play.
Yeah, David, just noticing that Rachel Griffin for the Lady Lions already has 6 of their 10 points. So really got to stop her and slow her down, possibly get her in foul trouble if we can.
Lindsay Cleveland's going to come back at the ball game. Checking out will come Demetria Strickland. State championship ball game here at Stewart's Creek. 30 seconds to play in the first period. 8-10 the Lions lead. Dribbling the ball across the line. They kick it out to the number 21 Foster in the ball game. Has trouble with it. Fires a pass intercepted by Stewart. Down to Johnson. Johnson to Cleveland. Cleveland has to track it down. It's pulled down by the Lions. They're going to bring the ball down the floor, and then I think a reach-in foul is going to be called against Robertsville. Maybe she just stepped out of bounds. No signal there. I guess she stepped out of bounds. It'll be Lion basketball. 12 seconds to play first quarter. 10-8 our score. Lady Rams trail. They're going to drive coast to coast. Kick the ball inside. Get a shot off. Good. As the first quarter comes to a close. 1 quarter of basketball in the books in the state championship ball game. Robertsville trails it 12-8. We'll be back to Stewart's Creek High School in 60 seconds. David Clary, James Branson back here at Stewart's Creek High School here on PrepRadio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming live currently on the internet on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, look for Prep Radio, and you can find our broadcast. Right now we have about 50 people watching it. We also are streaming on Channel 15. Remember, at 6 o'clock at the Wildcat Arena, the Lady Wildcats will be tipping off against the Fulton Lady Falcons. And that'll be it. Senior night for the 4 seniors, Lady Wildcats, and the 1 senior Oak Ridge Wildcat. As the Lady Wildcats will be playing Fulton and we'll be switching over to that coverage on Prep Radio and Channel 15 as soon as this state championship game is over. Robertsville gets the first, and Lindsay Cleveland gets a floating shot up. No good. Tipped and rebounded by the Lady Lions. Their size causing some difficulties to the Lady Rams right now, but I think eventually if we can continue to run them up and down the floor, I think it'll be good, but you got to do a better job at that. They're good about penetrating and dishing it off, and they're back up by 6.
Yeah, David, as there are 2 big players inside, Rachel Griffin and Chrissy Walker both have all but 2 basically of their points.
Kind of a force shot right there as the ball is loose on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Lions. 5:22 to play, second quarter, 14-8. Robertsville trails. State championship game. This is a kind of a game, though. The score right now, they're behind by 6, but eventually they're going to wear this team out. As here's another reach and nearly another held ball as they work the ball down the floor and drive to the right side, go in for the shot. Good. And it's an 8-point game. Lady Rams have got to be a little bit more patient, and their shot selection has to be a little bit better. That's not a bad shot right there. It's going to be short, though. Track down and hustling, trying to get her own shot was Cleveland. It was a wide open look. She just didn't get it. I just think here in the first half, their shot selection hasn't been the greatest.
Yeah, and I think that one was trying to get them in transition to try to get back in the game. But again, you got to play within yourself. We talked about this yesterday. You can't get outside of what you do and to get back into the game.
Down the floor they'll come, driving coast to coast with it. There's got to be a turnover. It is. It was either going to be a walk, and that young lady's a little bit pulled up. Might have pulled her hamstring, might have strained her knee a little bit. She's going to have to stay in the ballgame. They only have 1 substitute player that they can bring into the ballgame. Down the floor with the basketball will come Robertsville once again. 16-8, they trail. 4:51 to play, second quarter. Here come the Lady Rams. Stewart has a shot blocked. Yeah, the big girl in her face and had it turn. Will have to come down the floor and play some defense. Here's a shot, no good. Rebounded by Robertsville. Got to run them to death here. Down the floor with the basketball, Demetria Strickland. Strickland drives in for the shot, no good. And down the floor will come the Lions. Can't get their shots to fall. They're used to this transition, but maybe not the size as they bring the ball across the line. Here it goes to Jones. She works it on the left block. Cannot shoot and throws the ball back close to rear court. Tracked down by the Lions. 4:17 to play. Robertsville trails by 8. 16-8 the score. Here's, oh boy. There was some contact there, but I'm not so sure about a foul. 16-8 the score.
Yeah, David, I don't think that's necessarily a foul there. That's what 14 for them likes to do. Mariah Jones, she likes to get into the lane and then dish it out, and that's what she was trying to do there. Really nice job by Anaya Porter trying to rip it from her.
They've got the ball on the block. They pull and shoot, and they score. 10-point game. Got to have better shot selection. And they got to play patient. I mean, I think right now they're just not used to this kind of. Oh, that's a quick shot again. It's going to be no good. You gotta plant your feet a little better. I'm sure that Coach Scott will get that going. Here comes a major trap set and then a personal foul. I think a lot of times, obviously those shots fall, but they're rushing them a little bit just because of the size advantage. But I can look down at the Lions right now. They look pretty tired. I mean, it's a timeout is asked for. I think they needed to call a timeout, really, just to get their breath here.
Yeah, David, as you see several of the Lady Lions bent over, kind of sucking wind a little bit, as number 5, Rachel Griffin, for them was grabbing at it to her knee again. So it should be interesting if we can go at them, possibly get them in foul trouble, or continue to run them up and down the court, possibly wear them down.
18-8 our score. Robertsville trails by 10, 3:49 to play here in the second quarter. This is the state championship game. We are on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming live on the internet. At halftime, if we still have time, we're going to speak to John Spratling. He is the head coach of the Robertsville Rams. They also made it to the state tournament, as most of you probably know. They're in the consolation game coming up here. Probably this game won't be over when they're actually playing, as the Lady Lions work the ball in for a shot. No good. Rebound to the Rams. LaFoon with the basketball. Got to push it up the floor to Stewart. Got to play under control right here. Stewart, they give her a 3. I take it. She's going to drive in, pull up, shoot a little 6-footer. No good. One and done. Cleveland battles for a loose ball. It's on the floor. Should be a jump. And I believe it'll be the Lady Rams basketball. 3:22 to play. Not a bad look that time by Stewart. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, and one thing that the Lady Rams got to do, and they almost did it there, is when Zayana about took that shot, they forced number 5, Rachel Griffin, for them to come out, which eases it up in the middle of the paint to make baskets easier.
Cleveland's going to go in for, or Stewart's going to go in for a shot. No good. Rebounded by number 23 for them, and she has the rebound. 18-8 the score. Just really struggling to get their shots to fall.
Yeah, and Robertsville is going to have to be a better shooting team, not much as of a driving team today, in order to get back into the game.
They lob it into their big girl, and she scores. 12-point game, and it's 20-8. Lady Rams trail as they bring the ball down the floor. Once again, it's going to be Zayana Stewart dribbling in, penetrating, cannot go all the way through, cross court. They give it out. LaFoon guns a shot, 10-footer, no good. Once again, the Lions pull down the rebound. It's one and done, but LaFoon's going to lose the ball out of bounds. Lions are going to. Who's going to lose it? It's going to be the Lions losing it out of bounds. The big girl, probably they don't want her dribbling the ball, but she lost it.
Well, I was going to say, I think that's a fatigue moment there, because obviously she had the ball, nobody was near her, nobody was pressing her, and then she just dribbled it right off her foot, I think.
20-8 our score, 2:39 to play. Robertsville trailing. Ayanna Porter's going to drive in, going to take it off the glass. No good. Boy, nothing's falling for them. Here comes West down the floor, moving left to right here. 20-8 our score, 2:27 to play in the second quarter. With the basketball, they're going to drive in, lob it down low. The big girl's got it again. She's fouled. Count the bucket. They've got to get in her way. They've got to just stand in her way, take a charge. That's what they need to do. She just couldn't get there quick enough. And that girl's big. She's big. She's physical with her game, and it's 22-8.
Yeah, David, but she wouldn't be able to get her momentum stopped if the Lady Rams are able to establish themselves underneath the basket.
Missed free throw, but they get the rebound, and they get another foul called against Robertsville. 22-8 our score. Kind of a different looking game than we saw yesterday. This team is exhausted. I can see them. But these 6-minute quarters, I mean, I don't know if there's enough time for you to get too exhausted. You can't fall this far behind. The Lady Rams have got to get their offense going.
Yeah, and you have to be able to make your shots. And even if it's in a half court, if it's transition, whatever it has to be, you have to be able to make your shots to set up the defense. And then, honestly, Rachel Griffin for the Lady Lions is on the bench, so it'll be a great opportunity to take advantage of that.
Raven Foster hits the free throw. It's 23-8, no pressure. Here come the Lady Rams, moving right to left, trailing 23-8 right now with the basketball. Robertsville sets it up to Porter, and then a whistle blows and a reach-in foul is going to be called against the Lions. I think it's going to go against Gates. That'll be her second personal foul. Team foul number 4 called against West. It'll be Cleveland to work the ball in. 2:11 to play second quarter. Cleveland from side front court, waiting for Ayanna Porter to tie her shoe. Gives both teams a little bit of a break there as the ball is worked into Strickland. Strickland attacks left. Jenna Johnson, boy, they need this three. It's on its way, no good. Tracked down, though, by Cleveland, and Cleveland sets it out once again for a three. It's on its way, good. Three-point shot by Robertsville's Demetria Strickland, and it's back to a 12-point game. 23-11 the score. Down the floor, they get a layup. Missed it. Rebound to the Lady Lions, shot good. Rebounding has been a big key as Griffin takes it off the glass, and it's 25-11, back to a 14-point game. Another three on its way, no good. Rebound by Cleveland, no good. Tipped out of bounds, last touched by West. West fans thought it should have gone the other way. It'll be Robertsville ball, 95 seconds to play here in the first half, 25-11 the score. Ball's worked in for a layup, good. Ball goes into Stewart, Ziana Stewart, and that's her 5th point, and down the floor will come the Lady Lions. And then Cleveland's here's a shot blocked by Johnson, back up with a shot, it's up, no good. Over the back, that's gotta be a foul. Should be a personal foul on Rachel Griffin. That'll be her first personal foul. Robertsville trails 25-13. And here they come down the floor. Minute 20 to play. State championship basketball here from Stewart's Creek High School. With the basketball will come the Lady Rams, Ayanna Porter. She drives left, gives it over to Cleveland. Cleveland on a bounce pass to Stewart. Stewart drives in, pulls up, takes an 8-footer, no good. Rebound to the Lady Rams. Down the floor, or Lady Lions, I'm sorry. With the basketball will come Jones. Jones slowly walks the ball to the midcourt line, met there by the Mouse. Lindsay Cleveland, and the Mouse pulls it away, and then a reach and a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to West. 53.8 seconds to play. West Junior High against Robertsville for the AA Middle School State Championship. They work the ball in, they drive right, and a foul is going to be called against Stewart. I think probably by the looks of her shot, I don't think she was going to make that shot anyway, but Stewart tried to block it, and it's a personal foul. And they'll go to the free throw line with Raven Foster. 25-13 the score, 50 seconds to play in the first half. Robertsville trailing. First free throw, good. 2 points for her, 13-point lead. 26-13 the score. Back to the free throw line will go Foster. Raven looks, guns it up there. It's going to be short. Rebound to Porter. Porter for Robertsville, pushing it up the floor. Has all the way to the right side, goes in for the shot, no good. She is fouled. Let's see if it's in the act of shooting. Personal foul will go against West, and they're going to say what? It is a shooting violation, and that is going to seem, that is her 3rd personal foul, so that's good news.
Yeah, it's really good news. One of the goals of the Lady Rams, I'm sure, was to get them in foul trouble and get into that bench, cause them to wear down, and just a little bit of a mental fatigue there.
Free throws up, good. 12-point lead for West. Back to the free throw line she goes.
That was Ayanna's first point of the game.
Going for her second right here. Looks at it, puts it on its way up there, good. 11-point lead for the West Lions. 42 seconds to play first half. Down the floor, they met at the midcourt line, pass deflected. That should be a foul on the Lions, and it is. It's gonna go against Raven Foster, and I believe, and that's what you have here. And that'll be the 7th team foul called against the Lions. That's her first. So it's going to be what? They're going to say it should be one of the bonus, or did they call a double foul here? I think they might have called a double foul here against both of them. But the alternate possession arrow is going to give the ball to the Lady Rams. That is the case as the ball is worked in. And it comes to Demetria Strickland. 35 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats will be tipping off here in a few moments as here comes Robertsville driving in for a shot. No good. Missed that time by Ayanna Porter. And then one of the Lady Lions went crashing down to the floor with 24 seconds to play. Like I said, they don't have much depth. They only have one reserve player, and hopefully she'll be able for them to return to the game. 11-point game here, 26-15 our score, 24 seconds to play.
Yeah, David, one thing this is interesting for is it obviously gives both teams a break here to catch their breath and things like that, but it also gives a chance for Robertsville to set up their full court press off the inbounds here and potentially get another turnover or steal to get points in transition.
Hopefully this is not a serious injury. They're kind of looking at her right knee right now. Let's get John Spratlin here real quick here before they're getting ready to head on to their ball game. And he's the head coach of the Robertsville Rams. While we have an injury timeout, maybe we'll get a chance to talk to John real quick. And looks like, I don't know if we'll have enough time. Looks like he's headed on to his ball game. John Spratlin. Coach, I know you're getting ready to leave here. Congratulations, first of all, getting your team to the state tournament. You're in a game today, consolation ball game, but I know you're proud of your guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm very proud of our guys. They had a good season. We're going to try to close it out and get that third place consolation prize, but it's been a good experience for those guys to come down. And unfortunately, we ran into a really good team. We got a really good team, but they even better.
Yeah, we talked about this, you and I, off camera, off mic. That team looked like a high school team.
They did. They got a lot of size, big and very athletic. And they surprised me. They could shoot the ball really well. Even the big guys could shoot. So that's a tough matchup.
John, I'll let you go to your game. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Here's a missed shot, rebounded for a moment by Robertsville, saved on the floor by Stewart. And then what's the call? It's going to be another jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Rams with 10 seconds here. 27 or 26 to 15 is our score. Robertsville has an opportunity to close it out here. 26-15 the score. The ball rolled up the floor, picked up by the Lady Rams. Be great to get a momentum shot. There it is right there. She can knock this three down. Good! What a shot! Three-point bomb by Jenna Johnson. And the Lady Rams close out the half, closing the gap to 8 at 26-18. What a big shot by Jenna Johnson.
Great job there, great execution. One thing that they were very smart about, the Lady Rams, was they rolled the ball out. And I don't know if you're West High, or West Junior High, why you don't press that right there, because you know that's their goal, is to roll it out. And then obviously they got to half court. Demetria Strickland able to kick it out for Jenna Johnson. Great execution on that shot. She's had some open shots throughout the game, but she made that one for her first 3 points of the game.
26-18 our score here at the halfway mark. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We are also streaming this one on YouTube at Prep Radio. Coming up in about 30 minutes at the Wildcat Arena, the Lady Wildcats will be tipping off against the Lady Falcons of Fulton High School. That game can be heard tonight on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. So we've got everything covered, unfortunately, except the boys game, the Robertsville boys game. They're leaving to the other gym for their ball game, and unfortunately, because we can only be in, we can't. we're down here, but we can't be over there, and unfortunately, state championship game unfortunately takes precedence, honestly, and we apologize for that. But we'll wander over there. Hopefully, there'll be some of the game still going on. Hopefully, we'll see a Robertsville win for third place in the state.
Yeah, David, as it's a tough team that they got to face tonight. I believe we saw Bolivar Middle School play Fairview in a really close game yesterday, and Bolivar has a couple of imposing guys down in the middle that can really move the ball. So it should be interesting to see how guys like Hayward and Elam will match up with those guys, because both teams seem to like they want to be able to run up and down the court.
Halftime score, the Lady Rams trail 26-18. This is the state championship ball game live from Stewart's Creek High School. We come back, James Branson will run down the score in the first half. Hopefully, and I honestly didn't see the young lady who went down on the play and how she headed to the dressing room. Hopefully, for her sake, that she's able to, it isn't anything serious, and hopefully, obviously we're broadcasting for Robertsville right here, but you don't ever want to see anybody hurt, obviously.
No, you don't want to see her hurt, but it is an opportunity for Robertsville to take advantage. And when a team has a weakness, you go after that weakness. And honestly, I think looking at the weaknesses, if she is not able to come back in the game, that is obviously a detriment to them. One of the players that I would go after is number 2, Zuri Gates. She has 3 fouls, so that may be something to watch in the second half.
26-18 is our score, halftime score. It's about to go quiet, so don't panic when you don't hear it. We're going to turn the mic down a little bit, and we'll come back with the stats following this 2-minute timeout. once again to Stewart's Creek High School here on PrepRadio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. We're at halftime of the middle school AA state championship ball game played here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at Stewart's Creek High School. Lady Rams erased a double-digit deficit, and they're still down 26-18, but a nice little end to the second quarter to close it to within 8.
Yeah, David, and I think one of the things that the Lady Rams were able to do there was able to get into their offense, get into what they do best, transition, and obviously hit key shots late there, as we saw Jenna Johnson and even some of the other Lady Rams. For the scoring, to run this down, the Lady Rams are led in scoring, actually tied in leading, by Zayana Stewart and Demetria Strickland, both having key three-point shots. Both have 5 points. And Ayana Porter, she has 2 points, those coming from the free throw line. And we also have Lindsay Cleveland, the mouse, with 3 points, a big three-pointer coming in. And Jenna Johnson cutting the lead from 11-8 right at halftime, as she was able to hit a three-point shot for a total of the Lady Rams having 18 points in the state championship game. For the Lady Lions of West Junior High, they are led in scoring both by Griffin, number 5 for them, and Walker, number 23 for them. They both have 10 points, and all of their points have come in and around the basket. And number 14, Mariah Jones, their guard, has 2 points. Their only other points in the game are coming from the free throw line when Raven Foster, the injured player, went to the free throw line and made 1 of 2 on 2 trips. So she has 2 points in the game for a total of 26 points. So after the first quarter, the Lady Rams were trailing 12-8, and after halftime, we had the Lady Rams trailing 26-18. We would also like to thank Tariq Frazier for doing our camera for all 3 games that we've been able to do that, and which is great for him. He's actually loved doing it.
Yeah, he really has. One thing I've noticed about him, he likes to eat too. I mean, if there's a concession stand, he is heading in that direction.
That's not only at the state championship games, that's at all the Robertsville home games. But, you know, he's a great kid, and we really appreciate his help.
How come you couldn't get him out to play football?
It just wasn't able to work out at that time. But you know what? I think I've talked to him, and I think Coach Tate, one of our other assistant coaches, has been able to talk to him well. And it's a great thing that he hopefully could go to the high school and play for Coach Gaddis. He'll be a freshman next year.
The injured Lady Lion walked across from the dressing room on her own power, still kind of flexing her right knee, but sitting on the bench. We are still about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half here. It's 26-18 the score. Robertsville getting ready to play their ball game over at Stewart's Creek Middle School.
Yeah, David, and they will take on Bolivar Middle School in the consolation game. So it's really cool that the TMSAA has put together this tournament, but also put together where you get 2 games. You're guaranteed 2 games, so you don't just drive up here for 1 game and don't know if you're going to stay the next day. So it's really cool that you come here for 2 games.
You know what I like about this facility is we have the ability to get a strong stream of our video out of this gym. Last night, James and I had to sit in the bleachers, and it's a middle school gym. I don't want to take anything away from it. It was nice, actually, but it was small, and we just could not get a stream, a clear stream of internet to get the game out. But up here, we've so far, knock on wood, we haven't had any problems.
Well, and one thing that shout out to Christian Rosas Rodriguez as well as Mark Case for their help in helping us problem solve, not us really, me problem solve, as you've been able to, all your stuff has been working the entire time.
We'd like to thank Lucas Borstrom for joining us at the Wildcat Arena tonight. He's going to be handling the play-by-play duties of the Oak Ridge Fulton ball games on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. One more break so I can rest my voice to say state championship is owned by the Lady Rams. And that's going to be coming up hopefully in about 30 minutes or so. 26-18 our score. We'll be back with the second half in a moment. Welcome back once again to Stewart Creek High School here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The state championship ball game between Robertsville and West out of Oakland, Tennessee. We looked that up. It's close to Bartlett, so it's out in West Tennessee. So I've seen a lot of good basketball teams, boys and girls, at this tournament. We saw Oneida, a local team to us, fall in their state championship ball game, but what an exciting game that was.
Yeah, as we saw that game, we also saw Fairview and Bolivar. That was a great game, went down to the wire, 37-32. This game before us, Oneida and Leicester is who it was. That was a 7-point game, but it was really closer than that. Oneida led most of the game, and Leicester was just able to come away and hit some free throws at the end.
So here we go here from Stewart's Creek. One more half of basketball here, the state championship game here at Stewart's Creek High School, as the officials are the last three out on the floor. Both teams have already taken the floor, at least the Robertsville Lady Rams. And who will they come out with their starting five here in the second?
Their starting five is Demetria Strickland, number 3, number 1, Ayana Porter, number 30, Lindsay Cleveland, number 15, Zayana Stewart, and number 10, Jenna Johnson.
It'll be West basketball side midcourt, 26-18. Robertsville trails, and looks like the injured girl is out on the floor. Hopefully they're not going to do anything to hurt her knee, if it's indeed a knee injury of some sort. As the ball is kicked up the floor, Robertsville's going to pick it up and steal it. Down the floor with the basketball, Ayana Porter. Porter waits for her teammates, now drives to the baseline, comes across the baseline. The ball is saved just barely by Demetria Strickland. Demetria works the ball cross court with a pass. Here it goes to Lindsay Cleveland. Drives in for the shot. No good. Johnson on the rebound. Back up. No good. Might have gotten fouled right there, but maybe a clean block. Here they come down the floor. Got to set up on defense. Rachel Griffin. Robertsville had a good opportunity right there. Just couldn't get a couple shots to fall.
Yeah, David, is a little bit of a floater and a little bit of misdirection as we have a shot up and no good.
Here comes the putback, no good. Tip back in and good. Unfortunately, I think it was knocked in by one of the Lady Rams. It's 28-18 the score, 5:06 to play. Here comes Robertsville, a shot, in and out, no good. One and done here. That's not a bad shot though, but they're so big down there. They're kind of pulling away all the rebounds on that end of the floor. So as they work the ball down the floor, they get a shot off from A, rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Robertsville, down by 10. Running the ball will come Porter. Porter's going to go coast to coast, go off the glass with it, no good. Had Cleveland down the floor, should have passed it off there. Not a bad looking shot, but it's going to be the Lions with the basketball again.
No, she was just able to do a little sidestep, just not able to get complete around number 5 Griffin for the Lady Lions.
They shoot a three, no good. Rebound Robertsville, 10-point game, 28-18 Robertsville trails. They've got numbers. Demetria Strickland off the glass shot, good. 8-point game, 4:17 to play, and it's 28-20. Inbounds comes in, and down the floor will come the Lady Lions. Mariah Jones with the basketball, met by Mouse at the midcourt line. Stutter steps, might have picked up her dribble. She works the ball to her right, off to number 5, pulls up, free throw line jumper is no good. Rebounded by Stewart. Stewart with the basketball for Robertsville. 3:54 to play, third quarter, 28-20 the score. Down the floor will come the Lady Rams. Here it goes out to the top of the circle. Driving with will come Porter to the baseline, throws up a shot. It's just not a good shot.
I think she was trying to draw a foul there, possibly on number 5 Griffin for the Lady Lions.
28-20 the score, 3:37 to play. You just got to value every possession, though, as they work the ball, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. I think against those trees, I understand the concept there, but I think she probably should have skipped it across the painted area, which is not painted, and give it to her teammate. But, it's easy for me to say because I'm standing up here.
Yeah, or continue under the basket, maybe kick it out the opposite side. Either way, the Robertsville Lady Rams got to play defense.
They haven't shot the ball well here to start the ball game, the second half of the ball game. There's another missed shot, rebounded by Stewart. Stewart's going to kick it out. There's a wide open three. It's on its way. No good. Rebound again, West. Ball's taken on the floor by their very good point guard, Mariah Jones. She can handle the basketball extremely well as she throws the ball away there. I jinxed her. Here comes Robertsville. Layup, left-handed, off the glass. Good. Demetria Strickland. And she's got 9 points. It's a 6-point game. 28-22, and West calls a timeout. 3 minutes to play, third quarter. The Lady Rams have come back from a double-digit deficit to close the gap to 6.
Yeah, David, one thing that's interesting is the Lady Rams are now starting to play at their pace. I don't know if you've been able to watch, but as the Lady Rams are trying to get up the floor as fast as possible, 2 or 3 of the Lady Lions are struggling to get back up court, including, as we saw, Demetria Strickland on that last run out. Number 23 for them, I believe that's Walker, just wasn't able to keep up, and Demetria able to get an easy layup. So that's something to keep an eye on.
28-22 our score. Why don't you run down the scoring to this point?
The scoring for this point so far, Ayana Porter has 2 points for the Lady Rams. Demetria Strickland starting off the second half very strong with 9 points. Jenna Johnson has 3 points, 5 points for Zayana Stewart, and Lindsay Cleveland also has 3 points. For the Lady Lions of West Junior High School, 10 points for Rachel Griffin, 4 points for Mariah Jones, 2 points for Raven Foster, and 12 points for Chrissy Walker. She has the only 2 points of the second half for the Lady Lions.
Thanks a lot, James. 28-22 the score. Streaming live here on YouTube at Prep Radio. State Championship ball game. Robertsville and West out of West Tennessee. 28-22 the score. Down the floor will come the Lions. Trapping at the top. They work it out to Jones. Mariah Jones lobs it down the floor. They lob it inside of number 5. Goes in for the shot. Good. Good play by Griffin, and it's back up to an 8-point game. Here comes Robertsville going coast to coast with it all the way to the hole. Foul called. Foul called against number 23. That'll be Walker, and that'll be her 3rd personal foul. And you're right about the fatigue level. They just played a game yesterday, and now they're getting run up and down the floor, and they just don't have a lot of depth as Robertsville goes to the free throw line with Demetria Strickland. Free throw is up, good. 30-23, a 7-point game. 2:39 to play third quarter. 10 points in the game for Strickland. Back to the free throw line she goes. 30-23. Toss. No good. Rebound, West. Coming down with the floor of the basketball, and nearly a steal. She's gonna be fouled. Oh, that's a trailing official. Saw Cleveland, I think, reach in and commit the personal foul. That's what he thought he saw, and it is going to be a foul called against Lindsay. That'll be her 2nd foul, team foul number 2 against Robertsville. It'll be Raven Foster to work the ball in. Ball is going to be deflected and knocked out of bounds by West. It'll be Robertsville basketball. Side midcourt, down by 7 points. 30-23 the score.
I believe that might have been a little makeup call there. It seemed like it might have been out on Strickland, but either way, Lady Rams have to execute offensively here.
Here they come down the floor. Jenna Johnson, 3-pointer, no good. Got to be a little bit more active for the rebound right there. They were kind of standing there. I think, like me, I thought it was going to go in too.
Yeah, David, and one thing that's very interesting is the Lady Rams are now playing a little bit more half-court basketball, not running up and down as much as they were before.
Missed shot rebounded by Robertsville. Lady Rams got to get up the floor. Stewart with it. Down the floor with the basketball will come Demetria Strickland to Porter. Porter drives to the baseline, goes in for the shot, no good. Rebound to the Lions. They're going to take one dribble. I don't think she wants to dribble. They're going to trap her. She works the ball once again to Jones. 30-23. West on top of Robertsville. 1:46 to play. State championship basketball here from Stewart's Creek. Johnson drives in, kicks the ball back out. They drive in, kick it out. Won't take the 3. She drives in, take a charge right there. Shot is no good. Rebound out of bounds to Robertsville. 91 seconds to play third quarter. 30-23 the score. Here comes Robertsville down the floor. Moving left to right with the basketball. Dribbling it across the way. It goes to Demetria Strickland. Strickland pulls up, shoots. Good. It's a 2-pointer. 2-point shot, but it's a 5-point game. Down the floor will come Jones. Here come the Lady Lions. 30-25 the score. Robertsville trails. They work the ball across the line, and there's going to be a foul. Blocking foul called against the Lady Rams. 1:12 to play third quarter. 13th foul called against Robertsville. Lady Rams will substitute back in the ball game. Anaya Porter. Checking out of the game will come Lindsay Cleveland. Lions basketball. They'll work the ball in, and there's an over and back. Good defense, great defense, and almost a technical foul there as the Lady Lions turn the ball over. They can close the gap even further. It's 30-25.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration seemed to set in for the Lady Lions of West Junior High.
With the basketball will come Porter. Drives in, throws up a shot. No good. On the rebound will come Stewart. Knocked out of bounds, or they're going to call a foul against Stewart. And I think they do. They're going to call a personal foul against Stewart of Robertsville. 56.4 seconds to play, third quarter. 30-25 the score. And once again, it'll be the Lady Rams on defense. She picked up her dribble. Here they come down the floor. There's a pass, almost intercepted. Another reach-in foul is going to be called. They're calling it a lot tighter than they did last night.
Yeah, it seems like they don't want to let this one get out of hand, but that is going to be Anaya Porter's third foul, so you got to watch that for Anaya.
Down the floor they come. Pass intercepted by Robertsville. Down the floor will come, and there's a foul. Foul called against number 14, Mariah Jones. Second team foul. 43 seconds to play in the third quarter. Robertsville trails by 5. 30-25 the score.
Yeah, David, as it seems like the fouls are starting to rack up. Here's what the Lady Rams have to do. Come back and execute offensively. Run your offense. Maybe want to save for the last shot.
Here they come to Jenna Johnson, top of the key. Wide open, three-pointer. It's a huge shot, and it's good. Ayana Porter knocks it down, and there's a travel called against the Lions. Robertsville to within 2 points at 30-28. 25.5 seconds to play, third quarter. Robertsville basketball. What a huge three-pointer. Here come the Lady Rams. They'll work the ball in. Demetria Strickland, another three. No good. Rebound. Back to the Lady Rams. In a long pass. Goes off in the corner. She thought about shooting a three. She drives in. Kicks it out. Jenna Johnson. No good. Rebounded to the Lady Rams. Here they come down the floor. Dribbling. Driving. She lost it out of bounds. Jones is rattled. Their point guard, Jones, rattled. Couple of turnovers back to back. 30-28 the score. Here come the Lady Rams. That way. Here come the Rams. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. You got to shoot it. No good. As the third quarter comes to a close. 3 quarters of basketball in the books. The state championship ball game. Robertsville trails 30-28. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here along with James Branson, state championship ball game. Robertsville Middle School against West. The Lady Rams are going to get the ball first here in the fourth quarter. The Robertsville fans making lots of noise here. 30-28 our score. Lots of encouragement from the fans in red and white. Here we go, the fourth and final quarter. 30-28 our score. Here comes Robertsville with a basketball. Dribbling, driving. Oh, and a move! No good. And a foul's called against number 23, Walker. That ball almost dropped. Almost dropped in. It'll be Robertsville, Demetria Strickland at the free throw line. That is the fourth foul called against Walker. Free throw, no good. Might have rushed it. She'll have another opportunity. I don't blame her. I mean, my adrenaline and heart's pounding too as Demetria Strickland goes to the free throw line one more time. Toss, good. 1 point lead for the Lions. 30-29 the score. Here's another reach in, and that's going to be a foul. Another foul called against Robertsville.
Yeah, David, as it seems that this frantic pace that the Lady Rams are used to playing at is now worn down the West Lady Lions, and it's taking effect on their ability to handle the ball.
They're going to try to work the ball in with Rachel Griffin. She does, and it comes to Jones. And then, oh, you can't call that, whatever that was. I guess it is just an out-of-bounds play. It'll be, I didn't see, there was no foul called. It'll be just out of bounds. I thought they were going to call a foul against Demetria. It'll be Lions basketball. Looking, and it comes to Jones. Jones got a screen. Dribbles across the line. Guarded by Lindsay Cleveland. Works the ball to her right. Lobs it down low. Deflected. Oh my Lord. Just calling every little ticky-tack thing.
Yeah, there's no need to call that there, as obviously Ayanna Porter is going underneath. She was not trying to go into the body of number 23 Walker there, but it is only her second foul. If I'm going to put somebody on the line, I guess I would put number 23 for them, Walker, make her free throws.
30-29, Robertsville trails by 1. 1 in the bonus here. Good. Knocks it down. 5:37 to play in the ball game. State championship ball game from Stewart's Creek High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Walker back to the line, trying to make it a 3-point game. Good. Lady Rams basketball. Robertsville trailed by double digits most of the first half. They bring the ball down the floor. With the basketball will come Demetria. Drives in the paint, goes in for the shot. No good. Walker pulls down the board. Just hit the rim and wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, it just kind of rattled off the rim, but Walker was able to alter the shot there as they get it to her inside. Jenna Blockson with a nice block there on Walker.
Here they come down the floor. All the way to the hole. That's a layup. Robertsville scores. Off the glass goes Ayanna Porter. But what a big block by Johnson. It's a 1-point game. Here comes Jones down the floor. She goes in for the shot. No good. She's fouled. And they'll go to the line with 2 shots. Got to slow her down a little bit. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. 32-31 the score. Robertsville trails by 1.
Yeah, David, and if you're honestly the Lady Rams or the Lady Ram fan, this is the pace you want to play at, because you know you can wear the Lady Lions down at this pace.
Free throw, clang, off the iron it goes, no good. She'll have another one. 32-31 the score. 5:04 to play. Second toss. Clang! Again off the iron. Rebounded by Robertsville. They can take their first lead. They're going to drive down the floor. Ayanna Porter, and the foul is called. Foul against the Lions. 4 minutes, 58 seconds to play. 32-31 the score.
That would be Jones's second foul. And honestly, what you start to see here is a little bit of fatigue and making mental mistakes. Just not able to move and get out of the way and try to reach in, as opposed to hit Ayanna Porter with the body on that one.
The double screen, it works in once again. Ayanna Porter, Jenna Johnson. Boy, I thought she was going to pull up and launch a 3. She's going to drive, though. Going to take it in. Layup. Here it is. She missed it. Got altered a little bit by Walker. Here they come down the floor. Got to catch her. Got to slow her down. Don't let her drive in. She works the ball in for the shot. Good. They score. Rachel Griffin. Down the floor once again will come Robertsville. Down by 3. 34-31. With the basketball will come the Lady Rams. Demetria Strickland works it over to Porter. Ayanna Porter drives in. Pulls up. Takes an 8-footer. No good. 34-31 the score. With the basketball will come Jones once again. Works the ball across the midcourt line. 4 minutes, 16 seconds to play. Robertsville trails by 3. Jones dribbles, fires it down low. Walker with a layup. Good. 5-point game. 36-31. Down the floor with the basketball. Once again will come Robertsville. 36-31 the score. 4 minutes to play. Driving. Here's a shot. 6-footer. No good. Rebounded up. Blocked. Taken away by Cleveland. Cleveland. Jenna Johnson for 3. No good. Rebound Robertsville. Johnson again. 8-footer is going to be no good. Walker on the rebound. So like the first half, we saw a time where they couldn't really, as they get a shot up, good. 7-point game. 38-31 the score. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the ball game. Here comes a long 3. No good, but she's fouled in the act of shooting a 3. That's going to send Demetria Strickland to the line. It's a 7-point West lead, 38-31. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to play. Last few minutes, Robertsville just can't get their shots to fall.
Yeah, David, and one thing that the Lady Rams seem to be doing is they seem to be going after Walker, number 23, to try to get that 5th foul and to try to wear them down a little bit further.
Free throws up, good. 6-point game, 2-possession ball game.
Demetria Strickland has 14 points after that free throw in the game.
Got 2 more to go here. Demetria, 8th grader, 38-32. West, toss, no good. She'll have another one. The Lions lead it 38-32. A lot of time left though, James. 3:28 to play. You got to get some stops as the Lady Rams go back to the line. Demetria Strickland Looks at the shot, puts it up there. It's going to be short. Rebound, though, to Johnson. Johnson goes right back up with a shot. No good. Got blocked. Taken away by the Lady Lions. Here they come with Jones. Jones, stutter steps, drives it, throws the ball inside, kicks the ball inside, layup. Good. They score with Rachel Griffin. One of the big differences in the ball game, it's back to an 8-point game, is their point guard. She's really, really good.
Yeah, and she's really good at distributing, too, and allowing the big girls inside for them to get the shot, as we have here by Ayanna Porter, 3 points.
And it's a 5-point game. 2 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the game. 40-35, Robertsville trails. Wow. Big shot right there. Right back in the ball game.
Yeah, right back in the ball game is what I was saying before. Is it seems like their point guard Mariah Jones tends to go inside and be able to distribute it out to Walker and Griffin. And Walker has, I believe, 16 points on the game, 16 of the 40, and Griffin has 18. So 16 and 18, 34 of the total 40 points come from those two individuals. So obviously it's going to be hard to continue to stop them, but you got to put pressure on them. I would continue to go inside at Griffin, at Walker, try to get that 5th foul, try to get her off the court and maybe limit some of that height advantage and be able to get rebounds, be able to get second chance shots, as she's been very cautious not to pick up that 5th foul throughout the entire 4th quarter here. As we're coming out of the timeout, it looks like it'll be Lady Lions ball, and the Lady Rams seems to be putting on their full court press here, as Demetria Strickland and Ayanna Porter are going to put on the full court press.
Down the floor they come. 5-point game. Number 5 works the ball across the line. Dribbles, trapped, works into Jones. Jones drives in, throws the ball away, and a foul's called. Offensive foul. Charge called against the Lions.
That is Mariah Jones' 4th foul, which could be a huge loss. If she picks up a 5th foul, could be a huge loss because she's their big distributor and their 3rd leading point scorer. As we have an inbound violation here, as Jenna Johnson stepped on the line prior to rolling the ball out. But I think he saw the volleyball line, not the baseline.
Perhaps, but well, hopefully they work the ball in. Walker gets a shot up. Good. It's a big swing right there. Here comes Robertsville down the floor, down by 7. 2:41 to play. They need some big plays. Down the floor, with it comes Strickland to Stewart. Stewart free throw line jumper. Boy, they need it. No good. Walker a big board. Here comes Jones down the floor with the basketball. 2:29 to play. Time is not in the favor right now of the Lady Rams. 42-35 the score. Jones dribbles to the free throw line, throws the ball away. It'll be Robertsville basketball. As long as there's time on the clock, though, 2:19 to play, 42-35 to score.
Yeah, David, as 7 points is not insurmountable. The Lady Rams can obviously do that really quickly as they're able to put their full court press on after made shots.
42-35 to score. Here comes Robertsville down the floor with the basketball. Demetria Strickland. Over it goes left side to Ziana Stewart. Guns it. Good. For 2. 2-point shot for Stewart. Coach Scott wanted a 3. Ball is deflected. Here comes Jones. 5-point game. Trapper. Get the ball. Cleveland's got it. Here comes Robertsville. Back the other way. Down the floor. Driving. Coast to coast. Shot blocked. Blocked. Here comes, once again, the Lady Lions. Minute 47 to play. 5-point game. 42-37 to score. Their point guard, Mariah Jones, fires a pass and a timeout is asked for. A minute 40 to play. Wow, what a ball game.
Yeah, David, as the Lady Rams are going to have to be able to, one thing, put on a press, try to trap as much as possible, try to get turnovers. If not, maybe draw some fouls off of that, maybe some type of push off or something to get the ball back, because you know the West Junior High Lady Lions are going to want to weight the ball, try to pull it out, try to kill as much clock as possible. At some point, what point do you think that the Lady Rams might have to start fouling?
About the minute mark, I guess. Depends on what happens on this possession right here. I mean, they obviously need to stop, but Jones is tough. I mean, Jones is really, really tough. She handles. She's only had 2. Yeah, she might have 4 fouls, but I mean, she doesn't turn the ball over that much, and she's quick on quick, much like the Lady Rams. Walker gets it. They look back door. They work it out for an 8-footer. No good. Not a good decision to shoot it. They get the rebound though and kick it out. That's a better shot. Shot is good. 44-37 the score. Minute 24 to play. Robertsville dribbling, driving with Demetria Strickland. They don't necessarily need a 3. She's about to get a 5-second. They can shoot this one. That's a 3. No good. Rebound Walker. Down the floor. Now they need to start fouling. In the rear court, Jones with minute 7 to play. Lobs the ball across the line. They throw the ball away. Intercepted by Stewart. Stewart down the floor. A minute to play. Dribbling, driving, taking it strong to the hole. They need an M1, but they couldn't get the shot to fall. Here they come. They've got a layup on the other end. They're going to get it. Here comes Johnson. Deflects the shot, but it's good. 9-point game. 46-37. Their fans are on their feet. Here's a 3. It's no good. 40 seconds to play. Time is fleeting for the Lady Rams, and the celebration is already starting here for the West team. They throw the ball away, though. It'll be Robertsville. Still live with 32 seconds, but they're down 46-37.
Yeah, you really probably need to start fouling is not let them just bring it up the court there. Luckily, the Lady Lions threw it out of bounds.
Here they come. Cleveland for 3. No good. Knocked out of bounds by the Lions. Only 24 seconds to play. What an exciting ball game we've had, though. Robertsville down 46-37. It'll be Cleveland to work the ball in. And it comes to Porter. Porter backs up. Now attacks. Drives in. Shoots. No good. Cleveland battles for the rebound, kicks the ball back out. They need a 3. It's blocked. Take it again. Jenna Johnson's wide open. She's got to shoot it. She does. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, Robertsville. Layup, no good. Boy, they just can't buy a bucket, and the game has come to a close. Final score of the ball game. West knocks off Robertsville for the middle school state championship by a final score of 46-37. I know it's disappointing for the Lady Rams and their fans, but what a great season they've had. Final 4 in the state, win their first state tournament ball game in school history, and then come to the state championship game and make it a ball game, only to fall to a team out of West Tennessee, 46-37 the score. Great ball game. Great season for Robertsville.
Yeah, great job by the Lady Rams throughout the entire season. Obviously didn't end the way that you wanted it to end, but the Lady Rams got it to 1 and 3 points, and then not able to just kind of make those shots there late in the game that they need to make. But man, what a job by the Lady Rams to step it up, come back from double-digit deficits, and honestly, what a credit to West Junior High. They had 2 players with 4 fouls for the most of the fourth quarter, and they were able to manage that and only have 6 players on the bench. Pretty impressive for West Junior High.
We're about to have the presentation of the all-tournament team and the championship. And they are really impressive looking plaques, trophies, I guess, and the state champions also get a medal. Final score of the ball game is 46-37. I know the Rams are incredibly disappointed, but eventually, and I was telling Coach John Sprouling this before the ball game, eventually his team and these young ladies will think back and say, man, we were the second place team in the state. We didn't win the gold ball like we wanted to. It's not a gold ball, but we didn't win the championship. But what an incredible accomplishment for these young ladies.
Well, I think you and I also were talking earlier in the day, how many games did the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats and the Shelbyville Lady Eagles play, and it went back and forth. And, you know, when it's this competitive at this high of a level, what an accomplishment just to make it to this point.
Now we're about to have the presentation. I don't know if we can pick it up on the PA system. Let's see.
The presentation of our runner-up coach's plaque will go to David Scott of Robertsville Lady Rams.
Robertsville out to head coach David Scott out to accept plaque as the coach of the runner-up team. Great job by Coach Scott with his young ladies, and this is a young group, and that wouldn't surprise me at all if they weren't back next year. They lose Demetrius Strickland, Brooklyn Henderson, and Kayla Foon, but the bulk of the team is still coming back.
Yeah, most of the team coming back, and the only starter that is an 8th grader is Demetrius Strickland.
And here come the Lady Rams to accept their runner-up trophy. It's kind of a glass, probably fiberglass or plastic of some sort, but it's a beautiful trophy, honestly. Runner-up, and they're having their picture made on the other side of the floor. Unfortunately, not towards our camera, but that's okay. Final score was 46-37. As we're streaming live on YouTube, the Lady Rams accepting their runner-up plaque. And now the championship plaque and the coach's plaque is going to be presented to the champions of the state. Back to what I was saying, I mean, eventually they're going to realize what a great accomplishment.
Yeah, what a great accomplishment, and to have success at this young of a level. And most of these 7th graders were 6th graders, and most of them played a lot of minutes for the Lady Rams last year. You know, the Lady Rams, to make it basically 2 steps past where they were last year. Last year they were in the sectional championship. They lost to Cherokee, who made it here. But this year, they defeated New Center, a really good player from New Center. And then last night defeated the, I'm drawing a blank, but they won last night in their first semifinal game ever. And to come and show as much effort as possible and as much perseverance as they did today is an accomplishment.
Now the state championship plaque is being presented, and the all-tournament team and the presentation of everybody who wins this championship gets a medal, and very well deserving. And you got to give a lot of credit to this West team. Obviously, I'm biased. I was for Robertsville. But to win a state championship with only 6 players dressed out is pretty impressive, especially against the kind of pressure and such that was brought to bear by the Lady Rams. They were still able to withstand it with only 6 players. So, although I'm for Robertsville, obviously, that's a great accomplishment.
Not only that, but to have an injured player, to have foul trouble, to have, to play 2 games in 2 days at a very high level is a lot of issues, as most of the points for the Lady Lions of West Junior High came down low from Griffin and Walker throughout the entire game. So really good job by them, and really good job by Jones, honestly, distributing the ball and using their strengths.
And the Lady Rams go heading to their dressing room. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to Coach David Scott. Championship ball game. James, in a moment we're going to run down the final statistics, and hopefully we'll get Coach Scott up here. Great season comes to a close. We appreciate all of you watching on YouTube or listening on prepradio.com or Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Tough day for the Lady Rams, but like I said, they'll be back. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, James will run down the final statistics. Robertsville drops the state championship ball game. We'll be back with the final stats in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final game will crown the AA Boys Champions. Bellevue Bobcats and the Fairview Falcons.
James Branson back here at Stewart's Creek High School as the Lady Rams fall in the state championship game 46-37 to the Lady Lions of West Junior High School. The scoring rundown for us today was 12-8 after the first quarter. The Lady Lions led, and 26-18 at halftime. The Lady Lions led. Robertsville made a little bit of a comeback in the third quarter as they were able to close it to 30-28. Still, the Lady Lions led after 3 quarters as it eventually got to a 1 and a 3-point game throughout most of the fourth quarter, as the final score for the game was 46-37. The Lady Lions, the AA state champions in the Class AA TMSAA state championship game. For scoring for the Lady Rams of Robertsville to start off, Demetria Strickland had 14 points. She was the leading scorer for the Lady Rams tonight, as she had a great game. Really good to see Demetria go out, an 8th grader, and really show what her talents are and how well she has improved. And looking forward to seeing her and Kate LaFoon and also Brooklyn Henderson possibly play for the Lady Wildcats in the following years. Ayana Porter, 10 points tonight. Really didn't get going until the second half, but it's a really good job by her. Made 2 big 3-pointers and was one of the people driving it in and trying to get those fouls on Walker from them. She had 10 points in the game, as Zayana Stewart was the 3rd leading scorer for the Lady Rams. She had 7 points, most of hers coming in the first half. And Lindsay Cleveland and Jenna Johnson both had big 3-pointers in the first half for the Lady Rams, as they both finished with 3 points for a total of 37 points for the Lady Rams. The Lady Lions were led in scoring by both Walker and Griffin, and Walker and Griffin were both imposing players, as Jones was just able to get the ball inside and distribute to both of them, and the Lady Rams didn't really have much of an answer. They both had 18 points, Christy Walker and Rachel Griffin for the Lady Lions. Mariah Jones played with 4 fouls for most of the fourth quarter. She had 4 points, really good point guard. And Raven Foster responded from her injury in the second quarter, came back and had 6 points, most of her points coming in the second half. Really big points, honestly. You take her 4 points away, and that's a lot closer ball game in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what a gutsy performance by her. It looked like when she went down and when she came off the floor, she wasn't going to be able to come back in. But she and James was commenting, we were watching her while the rest of the team were warming up. We didn't think she could even walk, more or less run, but she stayed in the ballgame. They had to, and they needed her. It's a gutsy performance and a great individual performance by several of their young ladies. But I don't want to take anything away from the great season that this Robertsville team has had. I know you're very much involved with the lives of a lot of these young ladies. So as teacher, mentor, whatever, so you know them really well. And I could see them coming off the floor very disappointed, obviously, but what a great season they've had.
It really was a great season, and most of their losses, 2 of their losses came against New Center, who they end up having to come back and beat 3 different times, once in the regular season and twice in tournament play. So it's really good to see them respond and face adversity and get better. And you know what? They saw adversity in the first half, and they responded again and got better. As I'm really excited for these 8th graders, Strickland and LaFoon and Henderson, because this experience can only make them better, and also the other other players on the team, but make them better as they get to the high school level.
Yeah, the good news is technically we got through the ball game without any streaming issues, but right here in the post game, when it doesn't matter, when it's just you and I babbling, although we do want to speak to Coach Scott, we're waiting for him to come up here, but we're having a little streaming issues. Once again, the final score?
46-37, the Lady Rams not able to finish off their comeback.
So in the other gym, across the street a little ways, the boys are getting ready to start, or might have already started their ball game.
In about 15 minutes, it looks like they'll be starting their ball game.
We will not be able to broadcast broadcast that ball game just by the setup. It takes almost an hour to set up to get down there. By the time we get over there, we will not. In a moment, if Coach Scott doesn't come up here soon, we're going to be switching to the Wildcat Arena on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 with the audio of the Oak Ridge Fulton ball game, which is tipped off at the Wildcat Arena.
Yeah, David, and good luck to the Wildcats as they play Fulton tonight. That's always a great game to end the season on. Especially been really competitive over the last couple of years.
Gonna take one break. If Coach Scott's not up here, we hope he will be. We'll be back with him hopefully in a couple minutes. Welcome back once again to Stewart's Creek High School. Long conversation taking place down in the dressing room. Coach David Scott, I understand there's a lot of emotion going on there with the girls right now. We don't want to stay on any longer on the air just to prolong it, so we will not get a chance to speak to Coach Scott. I know it's an emotional time for the girls there, but what a great season as we've talked about, and he's got to be there to comfort his players. But the good news is most of them will be coming back next year. Looking forward to that season.
Yeah, David, it's just a great season all around. You can't be more excited for these players and to see what they got going in the future. It's a great group. They work hard. Coach Scott's been able to get them to commit to that kind of frantic pace, and that takes a lot of effort and a lot of coaching, a lot of being able to be coached that way. And so that bodes well for the future for the Lady Wildcats and for the Wildcats as well.
So unfortunately, we're going to have to close it out here. Once again, the final score of the ball game, 46-37. The Lady Rams dropped the state championship game. Mark, I appreciate, or actually not Mark, James, I appreciate. Mark's back at doing the Fulton game right now. James, I appreciate your help and support down here. Your technical expertise was unmatched by just about everybody. As we appreciate you honestly doing this, and we appreciate Robertsville for allowing us to come and broadcast their state tournament ball games. A lot of fun.